Yes, it's the switch again. I know you like it, but there's a small twist this time. This time, when I first click it, yes, you have to maintain eye contact. But when I first click it, I want you to take at least one mindful breath. Center yourself, refocus yourself, bring yourself back to the present. You ready? So, I'm back from vacation, and I have plenty to tell you about. One of the most important things I realized is taking a break from being bombarded by the outside world, being worried about the outside world, finding a moment for yourself to truly be present and enjoy the world we have together. Look where you'd like. In a Buddhist book I listen to, they talk about this idea of a bell of mindfulness. What they mean by that is finding certain triggers that remind you to stop, take a deep breath, and be present. One of those books was written by Thich Nhat Hanh, and he was a great Vietnamese Buddhist monk who spread a lot of Buddhist ideas to the Western world. Look where you'd like. And so I was inspired by our little practice and reading and listening to these ideas that why don't I make you just a bit more mindful? Take a deep breath with me. Allow yourself to focus on the moment and on your breath. Ready? Exhale. Good job. Truly, it's so easy to be consumed and distracted by all of the things on your phone, on the news, and just your own thoughts and anxieties. But it's important to remember to, look where you'd like, occasionally bring yourself back to the present moment. Now, no one's perfect, and that's why we need these little reminders, these little triggers, because the world is so good at being distracting. But if we can find these little reminders, take a deep breath, look at me, and then perhaps we'll develop a habit of bringing ourselves back into the here and now. There's a lot of things I could do with this little platform of mine, and many of them are self-serving because I love the attention. But if I can use it to encourage you to live a better life, then I get to feel good about myself too. And you get to live a better life. It's a win-win, isn't it? Whoops. So, are you down to go on this journey with me? One where we remember to occasionally, at least, to bring ourselves back, to breathe, and ready? And I absolutely don't mind offering a bit of praise when you do this, some positive reinforcement. I can't very well punish you from here, can I? All jokes aside, I am very grateful for you to take this time with me to work on enjoying life by being in the present, because it's important to remember joy can only be found in the present moment. It's not in the past. It's not in the future. It's in the here and now. But let me contextualize some things for you. Anxieties are oftentimes, if not always, fear of what could happen in the future. They're distractions from the present. And sometimes, like I used to say, no, no, no. I'm not distracted by my fear, my anxiety. I'm simply planning ahead just in case. And that sounds great and all, but if you're always planning ahead, when are you ever stopping to enjoy the present moment? Alternatively, oftentimes the past, while it can be pleasant when it's tinged with a sweet nostalgia, we're thinking of regrets, things we wished we did differently. And there's nothing you can do now. But no, 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 your brain might say, I'm simply learning from my mistakes. Well, that's good and all. But are you learning? Or are you ruminating? Are you growing? Or are you beating yourself down? So, once you've thought about it, and you've learned the lesson you believe necessary, let it go. Take that knowledge, but bring yourself into the present moment so you can be the best version of yourself for the people around you right now. Probably important to say that I am not a therapist. And you should not be taking psychological or any medical advice from me. This is just light encouragement to bring you into the moment and not be so bogged down by the past or the future. I want to make sure we all live the best lives we possibly can. It would be a shame to go our whole life stuck in the past or the future. In a sense, that statement is still ruminating on the future. But let it be motivational to bring yourself in the present. If you can do that, I assure you, life will feel better. If you can constantly be in the present. It doesn't have to be constant, but rather than constantly being stuck in the past or the future, if you can occasionally bring yourself to the present, that's where bliss is. That's where a walk in the morning sun, gently caressing your skin, that's where you feel heaven or nirvana from the simple act of being in nature's presence. It can be bliss if you're present. That's it, of course. Wear sunscreen, sunglasses, and adequately protect yourself. I just came back from vacation and I'm maybe slightly darker, though my family were impressed about my resilience to remain a man who looks like he's made of snow. But that's on my good sunscreen. But let's not focus on the past right now. Even if it's the near past. Let's focus on the present. So, if you haven't already, look at me and take that deep breath. You ready? Good job. Good job. Every time you manage to successfully take a deep breath, I am really proud of you. Hope you can tell that I say that with sincerity. I'm proud of you. Sorry for my throat. I had some vitamin C gummies to help with my immune system. I just got back from a flight. remaining present. I'm resilient. My tummy can't distract me. Remaining present is not easy, especially when your body is fighting against you. But I believe there's evidence to show that even when that's happening, even when you're not quite getting the things you want from yourself, bringing yourself into the present, focusing in on your breath, all of that can make such a big difference. And I want you to experience that happiness, that bliss. And if it's not all coming immediately, that doesn't matter. You don't have to be perfect at it, because this right here, this is a practice. And practice makes perfect. And I don't like that phrase, because you don't have to be perfect. Practice makes you improve over time. And that is enough. If you, after a few weeks, are just a little more present, then you've succeeded. If you find a little more joy in just walking in the sunlight, then you're winning. And if you can maintain just even a little bit of that over time, I think, in my opinion, that's a better life. There are so many worthy things to be engaged with and focused on, and that might involve future planning and action. But do not get lost in it. While we must do things to make the world a better place, do not forget to enjoy the world we have now. I know for people who care, for people who have empathy, that can be such a tall order when there's so much pain in the world. But I assure you that to take care of others, we must first take care of ourselves. That doesn't mean pure selfishness or pure self-absorption, but it does mean we need time to be present. We need time for joy. We need time so we don't burn out. We can't help anyone if we're overwhelmed and crushed by our worry and concern, justified, valuable concerns. But you need to occasionally ground yourself and enjoy things. The taste of your breakfast, the embrace of a loved one, the laugh from some funny joke. These are all treasures if you only can stop and see their glimmer, their value. Because the present moment contains all value, all joy. So, don't mistake your misery as due penance for an unjust world. You can make the world a better place and experience joy. Just don't give up on making the world a better place. And don't give up on experiencing joy. And look at me. Take a breath. You're doing so well. Thank you for being here and being present with me. Thank you for learning about bells of mindfulness. And I hope that you can incorporate them into your life But bell of mindfulness doesn't have to be a switch. It can be anything you decide it to be. It can be the vibration of a phone. Zzz, zzz. And rather than pulling you immediately into the technological world, it can be a reminder to stop and take a deep breath. Bring yourself in the present. And if you're answering phone calls that way, I promise you the people on the other side will be able to feel you being in the present. Because look where you'd like. Being in the present. It makes you gentler. It makes you more aware of how you're feeling. How what's being said and what you're saying affects you and others. It's grounding. A bell of mindfulness can be anything. Even the abrasive things, or things that can be interpreted as abrasive, such as a car horn. Next time you're in bad traffic, you're rather than thinking, oh, how grating, think, oh, right. Bring yourself to the present. If you're stuck in traffic, don't worry about the fact that you could be in a rush. Just be in the moment. There's happiness even in bad traffic, if you can be in the moment. And you're not worried about the future of getting there. You're not worried about the past of how you could have left earlier. Much of life is like that. You can adjust and adapt from mistakes, but it makes no sense to keep hurting yourself over them. And once you're in the situation you're in, you can do much to change it. And you should. But you should do so mindfully, grounded, and present. I've forgotten where we are on our switch. We're off, okay. Look at me. Let's take a breath, ready? Good job. Good job, truly. You're doing amazing. Thank you so much for being here with me, for being present with me. I want you, if you can, why don't you, after this video is over, comment 3 things that you want to be bells of mindfulness. The opening of an elevator, or the bark of a dog, the I'm home of a loved one, anything. For if you have as many bells of mindfulness as possible, then maybe more than just occasionally you'll be able to be present, to experience joy, to be in the here and now, to breathe in, to focus on how that breath feels going in, how it goes across your lips or your nose. Feel the sensations. The neat thing about your breath is it is always in the present. So if you're focused on your breath, you are in the here and now. The most important lesson I can tell you is wherever you are right now in your practice, that's enough. Trying it all is succeeding. And you're succeeding just by trying. If you struggle a lot with this, it will get better. And there is no rush. You have your entire life to bring yourself in the present. There will be times, even if you become fairly present, where being in the present moment becomes so hard, and we're swept away by our concerns, our anxieties, our stress. Look where you'd like. But I want you to know that's okay. You can always come back to the present moment, to your breath. And once you start to experience the bit of relaxation, a bit of joy from being present, the relaxing of your shoulders, of your jaw, of your neck, the releasing of tension, then you'll find the joy from being here, the joy from the present moment. And I hope you'll find that it was worth trying. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.